Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chapter 3. Uddhava Uvacha Tatah sa agatya puram swapitrosh Chikirshayasham Baladeva samyutah Nipatya tungadri Puyutanatam Hatam Vyakarshad Vyasumojasorvyam. Shri Uddhava said, Thereafter Lord Krishna went to Mathura city with Shri Baladeva, and to please their parents they dragged Kamsa, the leader of the public enemies, down from his throne and killed him, pulling along the ground with great strength. Sandipane sakrut proktam vadhaditya Sandipane sakrut proktam brahmaditya savistaram tasmai padadvaram putram mrutam pancha janodharat. The Lord learned all the Vedas with their difficult branches simply by hearing them once from his teacher Sandipani Muni, whom he rewarded by bringing back his dead son from the region of Yamaloka. Samahruta Bhishmaka Kanyaya ye Shriyah Savarnena Bhabhusha Yaisham Gandharva Vrutya Mishatam Svabhagam Jahre Padam Murdni Dadat Suparnaha. Attracted by the beauty and fortune of Rukmini, the daughter of the king Bhishmaka, many great princes and the kings assembled to marry her. But Lord Krishna, stepping over the other hopeful candidates, carried her away with his own share, as Garuda carried away nectar. Kukudmino viddanaso damitva swayamvare nagnajiti muvaha tadbhagnamanapi gruhyato jagnekshata shastrabhruta swashastraihi. By subduing 7 bulls whose noses were not pierced, the Lord achieved the hand of Princess Nagnajiti in the open competition to select her bridegroom. Although the Lord was victorious, his competitors asked the hand of the princess, and thus there was a fight. Well equipped with weapons, the Lord killed or wounded all of them, but he was not hurt himself. Priyam prabhur gramya iva priyaya viditsu garchad drutarum yadharte vrajraya dravatam sagano rushandaha Kridamrugo Nunamayam Vadunam. Just to please his dear wife, the Lord brought back the Parijata tree from heaven, just as an ordinary husband would do. But Indira, the king of the heaven, induced by his wives, henpicked as he was, ran after the Lord with full force to fight him. sutam mrudhe kham vapusha grasantham दृष्ट्वा सुनाभोन्मतितं दरित्र्या आमिन्त्रितस्तत्तनयाय शेषं दत्त्वा ददन्तः पुरमाविवेश. Narakasura, the son of Dharitri on the earth, tried to grasp the whole sky, and for this he was killed by the Lord in a fight. His mother then prayed to the Lord. This led to the return of the kingdom of the son of Narakasura, and thus the Lord entered the house of the demon. Naraka Chaturdasi was yesterday. What a coincidence. तत्राहृतास्ता नरदेवकन्याः वृजेन दृष्ट्वा हरिमार्तबन्धुम् उत्थाय सद्यो जगृहुः प्रहर्ष व्रीडानुरागप्रहितावलोकैः. There, in the house of the demon, all the princesses kidnapped by Narakasura at once became alert upon seeing the Lord, the friend of the distressed. They looked upon him with eagerness, joy, and shyness, and offered to be his wives. Asam muhurtaye kasmin नानागारेषु घोषितां सविधं जगृहे पाणीन् अनुरूपस्वमायया. All these princesses were lodged in different apartments, and the Lord simultaneously assumed different bodily expansions exactly matching each and every princess. He accepted their hands in perfect rituals by his internal potency. तास्वपत्यान् यजनयदात् मतुल्यानि तास्वपत्न्यान् यजनयद् आत्मतुल्यानि सर्वतः एकैकस्तां दश प्रकृतेर्विबुभूषया. Just to expend himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offsprings with exactly his own qualities. कालभागदशाल्वादी ननिकै रुन्दतः पुरम् अजीगनत् स्वयं दिव्यं स्वपुंसां तेज आदिशत्. Kalayavana, the king of Magadha and Salva, attacked the city of Mathura, but when the city was encircled by their soldiers, the Lord refrained from killing them personally, just to show the power of his own men. Shambaram dvividham banam mukam balvalameva cha anyamscha dantavaktraadin avadhitkamscha dhatayat anyamscha dantavaktraadin avadhitkamscha ghatayat. Of kings like Sambara, Dvivida, Bana, Mura, Balvala, and many other demons, such as Dantavaktra, some he killed himself, and some he caused to be killed by others, like Shri Baladeva, etc. अतते भ्रातृपुत्राणां पक्षयोः पतितान् नृपान् चचालभूः कुरुक्षेत्रं येषामापततां बलैः. Then, O Vidura, the Lord caused all the kings, both the enemies and those on the side of your fighting nephews, to be killed in the battle of Kurukshetra. All those kings were great and strong that the earth seemed to shake as they traversed the war field. सकर्णदुःशासनसौबलानां कुमन्त्रपाकेन हतश्रियायुषं सुयोधनं सानुचरं शयानं भग्नोरुमूर्व्यां ननन्द पश्यन्. Duryodhana was bereft of his fortune and duration of life because of the intricacy of the ill advice given by Karna, Dushasana, and Saubala. When he lay on the ground with his followers, his thighs broken, although he was powerful, the Lord was not happy to see the scene. Kriyan Buvoyam क्षपितोरुभागो यद्रोणभीष्मार्जुनभीममूलैः अष्टादशाक्षौहिणिको मदंशौ रास्ते बलं दुर्विषहं यदूनाम्. After the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, the Lord said, the abatement of the earth's great burden, 16 Akshauhinis, have now been effected with the help of Drona, Bhishma, Arjuna, and Bhima. But what is this? There is still the great strength of the Yadu dynasty, born of myself, which may be a more unbearable burden. मितो यदैषां भविता विवादो मद्वामदाताम्रविलोचनानां नैषां वदोपाय इयानतोऽन्यैर्मय्युध्यतेऽन्तर्ददते स्वयं स्म. When they quarrel among themselves, influenced by intoxication, with the eyes red like copper because of drinking madhu, then only they will disappear. Otherwise, it will not be possible. On my disappearance, this incident will take place. Evam sanchintya bhagavan स्वराज्ये स्थाप्य धर्मजं नन्दयामास सुहृदः sadhunam vartma. Lord Shri Krishna, thus thinking to himself, established Maharaja Yudhishthira in the position of the supreme control of the Lord in order to show the ideal administration on the path of piety. Uttarayam drutah puror Vamshassadhvabhimanyuna savaidronyasrasam plushtaha punarbhagavata dhrutaha. The embryo of Puru's descendant, begotten by the great hero Abhimanyu in the womb of Uttara, his wife, was burnt by the weapon of the son of Drona, but later he was again protected by the Lord. Ayajayadharmasutam ashvamedhaistribhirvibhuhu sopikshmamanujai reme krishnamanuvrataha. The Supreme Lord induced the son of Dharma to perform 3 horse sacrifices, and Maharaja Yudhishthira, constantly following Krishna, the personality of Godhead, protected and enjoyed the earth assisted by his younger brothers. Bhagavaanapi Vishwatma Lokaveda-patanugah Kaman Sisheve Dwarvartyam Asaktas Sankhyamasthitah. Simultaneously, the personality of Godhead enjoyed life in the city of Dwaraka, strictly in conformity with the Vedic customs of society. He was situated in detachment and knowledge as enunciated by the Sankhya system of philosophy. Srigdami, Srigdam, Srigdamit, Snigdha, स्निग्धस्मितावलोकेन वाचा पीयूषकल्पया चरित्रेणानवधेन श्रीनिकेतेन चात्मना. He was there in his transcendental body, the residence of the goddess of fortune, with his usual gentle and sweetly smiling face, his nectarian words, and his flawless character. Imam lokamamum chaiva ramayan sutaram yadun reme kshanadaya datta kshanastri kshanasauhrudaha. The Lord enjoyed his pastimes both in this world and in the other worlds, higher planets, specifically in the association of the Yadu dynasty. At leisure hours offered by night, he enjoyed the friendship of conjugal love with woman. Tasyaivam ramamanasya samvatsaraganan bahun Gruhamedeshu yogeshu viragah samajayata. The Lord, who thus engaged in household life for many, many years, but at last his detachment from ephemeral sex life was fully manifested. Daivadhineshu kameshu Daivadhinasvayam puman ko nishrambye ko vishrambheta yogena yogeshwara manuvratah. Every living entity is controlled by a supernatural force, and thus his sense enjoyment is also under the control of supernatural force. No one therefore can put his faith in Lord Krishna's transcendental sense activities, but one who has become a devotee of the Lord by rendering devotional service. Puryam kadachit क्रीडद्भिर् यदुभोजकुमारकैः कोपिता मुनयः शेपुर्भगवन् Matakovidaha. Once upon a time, great sages were made angry by the sporting activities of the princely descendants of the Yadus and Bhoja dynasties, and thus, as desired by the Lord, the sages cursed them. Tatah katipayair masair vrushnibojandakadayah yayuh prabhasam samhrushta yatair deva vimohitaha. A few months passed, and then, bewildered by Krishna, all the descendants of Vrishni, Bhoja and Andaka, who were incarnations of demigods, went to Prabhasa, while those who were eternal devotees of the Lord did not leave but remained in Dwaraka. Tatra snatva pitrun devan rishimschaiva tadambhasa tarpa itvatha viprebhyo gavo bahugunadhaduhu. After arriving there, all of them took bath, and with water of this place of pilgrimage, they offered their respects to the forefathers, demigods, the great sages, and thus satisfied them. They gave cows to the Brahmanas in royal charity. Hiranyam rajatam shayyam vasamsya jinakambalan yanam yata nibhan kanya dharam vruttikarim. The Brahmanas were not only given well fed cows in charity, but also gold coins, bedding, clothing, animal skin, seats, blankets, horses, elephants, girls, and sufficient land for maintenance. Annam chorurasam tebhyo dattva bhagavadarpanam go viprarta savashuraha pranomurбhuvi murdhabihi. Thereafter, they offered the Brahmanas highly delicious foodstuffs first offered to the Personality of Godhead and offered their respectful obeisances by touching their heads to the ground. They lived perfectly by protecting the cows and the Brahmanas. Thus ends the chapter entitled The Lord's Pastimes out of Vrindavana. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.